Right. Wonderful. Oh, hello everyone. Oh, I skipped a week there, so I've missed you all. I am just going to jump on here. How is everybody doing? Welcome to Dating Your Diet. I'm here with you, Lisa Perry. All right, let me just scooch on over. Ah, it's so nice to be here. I have some news to share. I've got some stuff to help you out with, and I'm wearing black, everything black, for a very, very important reason, because today we're mourning. Well, not mourning, but I'm laughing. We are talking about betrayal by your diet. So let me just, oh, I didn't change the name. Hold on one second here. Let's just rename everything here so that you guys know that I am Lisa Perry and not the lovely Ruth. All right, okay, here. And this gives everybody a chance to pop on who is watching with us right now. Okay, fabulous. And how is everybody doing? Share with me how your food, your eating's been going, how you're turning all that down, how everything has been working out for you lately. I have some fun shares, but the reason why I chose betrayed by your food, betrayed by your diet, betrayed by something is I want to go deep on the emotions of how much we invest, how much we hope, how much we rely on, how much we just put, just like any relationship, you have a goal or a reason and you think, wow, I love this about this person and I can see this relationship really supporting me along this path or to get here. Or, so often we think about food, whether it's you're in a healing crisis, you're not comfortable with the way your body is, you would like more energy, a lot of times it's health, right? Like a lot of times we think, health and weight loss, right? That's health and wellness. Health and weight loss is a lot of the reasons why. And we have so much hope and we go searching, which is the right diet? What is the right way to eat for me? What is the right relationship? We can really get along well with certain foods, and we like certain foods, but then maybe some foods don't like us back. This is the whole part of that relationship with food is so let's talk about how we've entered a style of eating, including in your lifestyle, because you've partnered it with how many hours do I need to stop eating before I go to bed? What can I eat before I get any movement in or workout? Do I need my caffeine? Do I not? Supplements that you've got into your, your routine, you're planned out. Maybe something's happened and your whole body chemistry has changed and you no longer can eat certain foods. Maybe you're getting bloated from them. Maybe you're allergic suddenly. You've got some itchy and rashes happening. Maybe some foods are causing you migraines. Maybe you get cold sores. There's so many different, yeast infections. Yeah, we're going everywhere. That's what I mean by these betrayal. And the big one, I think this is the one that is this most silent of betrayals. And this is why I'm wearing black for the morning of it, is when we feel that a promise has been made by a certain diet or a way of eating, and we believe it and we want it, and we're already in love with that image of what that is going to do, and we invest so much, and then it fails us. It betrays us. We don't get that. Like, why didn't I get that result? Why can I not do this? Why isn't it working for me? There's a lot of emotions that go with this that actually can further damage that relationship. Maybe you're never going to do that again. You're never going to try. You become hopeless. You go into despair, like sadness, like you're not worthy of it. And this is where our soul gets not damaged, but hurt, like, betrayed. And so, I want to say good morning to everybody here. So hello, Barbara. Nice to have you here. And Joshua Wallace is here. I hope that you find this conversation interesting. This is, when I talk about dating your diet, it's we want to explore and ask questions and be curious and find out what works well, what's our best match, right? Our partner. But this really does happen. A lot of times we think, we want instant, right? We're like, okay, I'm going to change the way I eat and I want to see results in a week. I want to see results in a day. And you can sometimes, you absolutely, especially when it comes to stopping something. So if you're eating something and it is causing an immediate reaction, hopefully by stopping it, you're going to have an immediate result, like, whoo, thank gosh, that diarrhea stopped, or that inflammation. Like, inflammation is a little bit more sneaky because it's very systemic. You've got to go through and figure out your whole body, and now it's like a chain reaction. And one of the things I remembered learning when I learned it, and I thought, oh, this makes so much sense. This really helps me out about things. And well, so interesting. It does tie into relationships. I've always been taught, my parents, they said, you know what, always date someone, like give them 3 months at least, because red flags show up. You start to really get to know somebody after 3 months. You can't really know them after. It's always fun. I mean, hang in there. Yeah. But in that 3 month, you really give it a lot. You need some time. You need some time to have different situations show up, right? So just like your diet, you'd want to give it definitely more than 3 months, because your birthday, maybe your birthday hasn't happened in that 3 months. Maybe their birthday hasn't happened. Maybe a holiday or a stressful thing or a loss of job or all that kind of stuff. So the immediate result isn't a really good thing. I know we get impatient and we think, well, gosh, my body should respond so quickly. My body should give me something. And it certainly can, even hydration, right? We can do that in a couple hours. But the one thing I want to share with you is that our bodies, which are really fun, we've got these blood cells, we've got blood cells going on in our body. And I want you to remember this, if it just helps you, because a lot of people will say, try this supplement, maybe they're trying to sell you a vitamin. I don't know. It's something, right? And they say, we always ask people to give it 3 months, right? 3-month trial, 3 to 4 months trial. Well, this really makes sense, because our blood cells, you have all the blood cells that are in your body right now. They've all been made at different times. I mean, some were brand new yesterday, some were 4 months ago, 2 months ago, all those things. But you've got 4 months, you've got 120 days on average, give or take, for every blood cell that you have. So imagine you are all the way you are right now, full, here you are, 100% of you. And from now, and then 4 months from now, you will have created, your body makes it, all new blood cells. So at 2 months, we could guess that half of your blood cells will be all new and changed. And at the end of 3 months, 3/4 of your blood cells would be all changed, right? So what I would like for you to give times, and I'm not saying, like only hydration or only stopping diarrhea or all those things take, this time, but understand that in order for you to have completely new blood cells, it is 4 months. And we would like to start seeing something happen, something at the halfway mark, because you're like, hey, half my blood cells were completely new at this point. But by 3 months, so really, I want you to commit and give it a try, and don't feel betrayed so early in the game. If you're like, countless people have shared with me, I have changed my diet. I've been so good. It's been 2 weeks. You know how hard that is. And nothing's happened. The scale hasn't moved, and you're all these things. And I understand the frustration there, but so much has to happen. I mean, you're building this new body and you're changing things. Good morning, Denise. I want to make sure I say not Dennis. Yes, Denise. Hello there. And good morning, Robert. Hello. So we've got some wonderful people watching, and I find this to be such an interesting topic. Betrayal, yes. Patience, yes. Continue your curiosity around this. I want you, the thing why I want to come back to the 120 days, just about your blood cells. Every organ in your body takes a different length of time to, build its new cells and change over. So you've got some that are really fast, stomach lining, you know how quickly, if you bite your lip or cheek or whatever, you have a hangnail, they're pretty quick, right? Skin a little bit longer, of course. The dermis takes different time for different layers of your body. You might see something on the surface, but then you want deep healing. It's kind of like when you paint your nails. The top might be dry, but it's still wet underneath. You got to give it 24 hours, or when you're painting your walls, right? So you want to give it time to go deep, right? And if a way, another kind of a betrayal, I was going to say, if a diet or a lifestyle choice thing is no longer working for you, that's what I feel like is more a betrayal. Like, oh, this was my trusty. I trusted this worked for me. Why not now? What happened? You do feel cheated. You feel like, whoa, I've got to learn something new. I've got to change things. And we don't know where to start. If we suddenly did get news that results came back and we do have an illness that we now need to work on healing. And that's really your overall, your health, right? You're working on the complete overall health. It's never just focus on that one thing. Maybe your hormones have changed. And now, again, complete overall balance. I love this. But when you're feeling like, gosh, you know what? I used to be able to eat right before bed, and now I get heartburn. Or I used to be able to have coffee or caffeine or tea up until a certain time. Now, no, it keeps me up all night, or I get jittery. So that's the kind of betrayal that I want to address and share with you, that we want to continue to nurture our relationship and feel good about ourselves. And also too, to feel that maybe if you're feeling like you've done something wrong, that you're failure, that you've betrayed yourself. There's a beautiful post that I shared yesterday on my page, is that I can't remember exactly, but I think it says, be so good to your body, or treat your body so well that your soul is joyful, is happy, and it's so, thankful and great to be living in this body. And that body is going to look like a lot of different things. It's going to go through a lot of different things. It's got wear and tear on it. It's being introduced to all kinds of stuff. And the fun thing is that you can't keep it in a bubble. You can't keep your body in a bubble. Well, if you do, it's actually hurting it. You want your body to grow and to experience other things and kind of be introduced. I don't want to say exposed. Be introduced to things so that it has a chance to say, that's good for me. Look at me. I'm resilient. I can, like this. So a quick share. I have an onion allergy, and I've always had it. Didn't know if it was an allergy. I just knew that when I was little, I didn't like it. And then it made me feel sick and all these things. And I still check in with myself in my 40s here, and still check in and say, could I try a little bit of onion? Let me see if first of all, I kind of feel, am I even open to it? Am I even open to trying that? Like, I'm listening to my stomach, to my senses thing. And I'm listening to say, is it just my brain? Is it just a block? And I'm angry, I don't have forgiveness yet, because I really want to love onions. Like, I really want to be able to eat them. But I always check in, and I still try them some way, somehow, maybe not just raw, high onion, but maybe cooked in a little bit of this, or in a little sauce with that, or not too much here, but a little bit here, different times of the day, because I don't want to live my life feeling like my body's betraying me, or that I'm betraying an opportunity, that I'm missing out on something. Hormones, I talk about hormones a lot, because it's not just hormones like your estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone. It's your cortisol levels, right? It's your adrenaline. It's your, all those good stuff like goodies, and serotonin, and your insulin. Oh my gosh, insulin. Our bodies are so different, and how our cells respond, it changes as our bodies mature or change, growing and doing our different things. And Robert just had deja vu. Was that about the coffee? There you go. So when we're talking about, I talk about hormones, is that we can influence them absolutely with the foods we eat. One of them, easy way I can share this with you, is like a phytoestrogen foods. We talk about, this is more common, so you might have heard this, but like with tofu is, phytoestrogen. There are so many foods that are phytoestrogen. It's not just tofu. It's not just soy, right? I do always buy, non-GMO. I want to get the help, because there's so many health benefits, because it does, a phytoestrogen mimics estrogen. It's not a real estrogen. It's a plant estrogen. And what happens is we have receptors in our bodies, and instead, maybe as we're getting older and aging, our estrogen's dropping, right? For everybody, men and women, because men have it too, but maybe we're not getting estrogen, but we take this phytoestrogen, and it comes into our body, and our body goes, oh, hey, I know you're an estrogen, I think. And it grabs on. And so it's helpful. Now, when we're younger, that's not so good, because if we already have lots of estrogen floating around, we don't want more estrogen. And it's also taking the place of that real estrogen. So that's what I want you to keep the curiosity with your body. Keep the curiosity about what is my health? And I want you to tune in and say, listen to what your mouth, your taste buds, your tummy, I want you to use your intuition. I want you to tune in and review. I want you to look back and say, yesterday I had this. Did I feel differently than to keep a journal. Obviously, this is that's helpful, but to tune and say, you know, I remember when I was little, this used to bother me, and now it doesn't. You know, honey for me, I used to, oh, barf, my gosh. I used to, if it was raw, unpasteurized, which I want, right? It's so good for you. Growing up, oh my gosh, it would just make me nauseous instantly. I could get, you know, my salivary glands would like just start pouring. I was like, oh no, here we go. So, but I kind of just a little bit later, right? When it's, and sometimes it's a no. It's like, nope, not touching that. That's going to make me ill. But sometimes I'm like, I feel like I really need this. This is something, I don't know why, but I feel like it. There's something in you. It's your intuition. Your intuition is talking to you and saying, my body needs this. Sometimes it's really fun is you might think, wow, do I ever want a grapefruit? Right? Like a grapefruit. Why would, you know, or an orange or ginger, you know, ginger. If your tummy, maybe you're feeling a little bit nauseous and you're like, or papaya for tummy, right? If you're nausea, licorice. I just learned this, Stacy, when you get to watch this, you know, you reminded me, thank you of that. There's all these things that you go, and it's so interesting when we review and you think, no wonder I was craving that or this, or maybe you suddenly go, gosh, I really feel like I need some fermented foods. Like, why would you think that? And you're like, well, I don't know. But something in you, those little tiny bacteria inside of you are saying, yes, please, more of that. And it's not always that it needs it. It's that you've had too much of something else. Maybe you've had too much processed food, too much sugars, too much stress. And or alcohol. We talk about all these different things that throw your, you know, your B vitamins or your digestive enzymes, or maybe you've had too much acidic food. I get into trouble every summer. Every summer, those fresh tomatoes, oh, they're so good. I love them so much. I eat way too many of them. My poor little mouth feels like I've been sucking on a lemon, but my stomach starts burning a little bit. And then I have to balance it. So now what I do, and please, if this helps you, let me know. Whenever you're eating foods that have become acidic like that, I know that I need something alkaline, and I need it fast. So I always pair now when I eat tomatoes, I always have a fresh herb. And what goes amazing with tomatoes is basil. Yum. But so good for you, so healthy. So I always make sure that whatever the tomatoes aren't betraying me. You know, they're not like, we're acidic and we're gonna like make you have pain and be on fire. They're saying, hey, I'm really acidic, and your hydrochloric acid, your HIC, I would say HIC is a little low. That's your stomach acid, right? That's the beautiful thing that can help with that, you know, like your apple cider vinegar and such. But as we get older, or as we get stressed, or as we have a poor diet, our stomach acid gets lower and lower and lower. And then you might find that you've got ulcers or burning, like what's called heartburn. Hello, heartburn. It's burning. Or your breath is a little bit different. You know, it's because, you know, the bacteria are being killed by that acid. So then you think, okay, I need some more alkalinity. I need to be more alkaline. All right. Green stuff it is. Yummy green herbs. It's the easiest, fastest way to help with that, right? And so start pairing your foods differently. It doesn't have to be a betrayal. It's only a betrayal when you know it and you choose not to do it, or when you're not exploring, you're not understanding. See, remember, we want to understand our relationship with food. That's what dating your diet's all about. Now I'm going to peek in here with everybody. Okay, got you, Robert. Yes, yeah, the real deja vu. Then you said, yeah, I actually do probably repeat myself, which is good. Hello, the journal idea, yes, and depression made mine jump on 1 year. It took 175 to, oh, okay, I got you. Oh, wonderful, Joshua. Yes. You're talking about wait, you went up. I need a little bit more information on that one, Joshua. Depression made mine jump up 1 year. Something took 175 to 240. Oh, your blood sugar, insulin levels. Oh, gotcha. Okay. And good morning, Lindsay. Hello. Welcome everybody here for being here and listening to this. And, you know, it sounds so funny. I remember so long ago talking about food journals. And here's the reason. You know, you say you have an event. I don't know. Oh, I'm here in Canada, and it doesn't generally snow in April. I mean, it has for sure, but it doesn't generally after Easter. And it snowed. And I thought, I'll always remember this, that it snowed after Easter. Now, I think I'm going to remember, right? It's significant. It's a thing. People talked about it. But honestly, you know what? I remember a time when I've said, oh my gosh, it was the hottest day, or it snowed or it rained the longest, and I'll always remember. And I don't remember. I have a vague thingy, but I don't remember. So if you're thinking, gosh, I got food poisoning and I'll always remember what I ate, and maybe you might, this is an extreme, you might not, or you might not remember when or how long or what did you do that made you feel better. By the way, every time because I've had food poisoning, unfortunately, a lot, too many times, and not since I haven't, I really don't go out to eat very much at all now, but I remember every time I would go to a buffet, I was always ill after, and I'd always have miso. I'd have miso, and it always helped my stomach. I don't know. Yeah, just the fermented, that, that the beautiful little guys in there just really helped me. So, because I want to repopulate, the healthy bacteria in my guts, my colon, from having the effects of food poisoning. So what I'm just saying is, your memory, don't always rely on it. Write it down. Absolutely. Just write down. And you know what? Pick colors. You know what? Circle a day on your calendar and use a color. If you're feeling sick, use green. If you're feeling, I don't know, the poops, use brown. I don't know. But do it color coded, so it's just a quick glance or something. But knowing which foods you're craving, I think that's the one, is the best one, is to say, I was really craving cheese. Why am I craving cheese? I was really craving this. Write it down. And if you don't know, then write to me and we can figure it out together. I'll share my email address here. It's lisa@datingyourdiet.ca. Message me here as well, but you can always email me just if you have a question, if you're not sure, or you can just message me on Facebook here in Messenger. We'll get that in and help you out. I have a couple announcements as well. We're talking about, betrayal or changes, and really listening and using your intuition. And it's been so long, that I've been doing Dating Your Diet. I love it so much. I will always date my diet. I hope you do as well. It's always, always so important to nurture the relationship that you have with food. Oh my gosh, it's with yourself. It's understanding those foods. I talk about blossoming into the energetic being you were meant to be, because the nutrients exist in the foods that you choose and that you're eating. And it's about the relationship. It's about talking about it. And so much, it was so important for me to have the show, to do the live stream, to connect with people, talk about it. And it's been over 10 years. It was, 15 years that I created this. And this is the 8th show, I believe. And I feel really good about it. I feel really good. And I want to say the word complete. But now that I'm talking to you, I'm like, oh gosh, no, I don't want to stop it. And I think what I want to share with everybody watching is that I won't be doing this regularly, but I'm always going to be available to talk about it and reach out to you guys and hear from you. And I'll pop on from time to time. But I won't be doing it every Thursday. I am having a beautiful interview tonight. With some incredible souls at 5:30 Mountain, 7:30 Eastern. And we're going to be talking about literally glowing because of your diet and your food choices and your food sources and how you treat your food and how you cook your food and who you enjoy your food with. So please, please, please tune in. That's tonight. I'm so excited. We'll put up who's going to be my lovely guests. I have 2 of them. But to continue watching this, I just really want to share, and I just want to hear thing here from coffee to tea with honey. You went from coffee to tea with tea with honey. Yes. And oh my gosh, honey has an incredible amount of nutrients. And that's why it is so important that we have a good relationship with the honeybees, with our flowers, right? This is how deep this relationship goes. This is where you will feel betrayed if we don't find out where our food is coming from and how it's made and how it has those nutrients and what benefit it has in your body, like honey. And maybe you don't think you have honey or use honey, but it's probably in something else that maybe you do too. There's so many nutrients, but those bees need to be alive, and those bees need to be healthy, and those bees need to get to the flowers that they pollinate. And those fields need to be beautiful and safe and protected and so honored and appreciated. So all these flowers and, like pesticides, yuck. We want to really have a nourished field, where everything is growing and wild, honey. Neat thing about honey, wildflower was one of the names of, I remember buckwheat, wildflower, and one more, I think it was just called golden honey. So my father used to go to the bee man when we were little, and he would take us, and we get to see how it was made and how we harvested, and with bees, which was so scary at time you're a little child and you're like, oh, and this man is just going out there and doing these things, and you learn this honey, and each one has a different taste. It's so unique. It's beautiful. It's like olive oil, right? They have all such different grassinesses. And there's a fun thing, guys. Taste things. Find out why that profile is that way. And you'll start learning that, oh, wow, this honey is this way, or this olive oil is really green and thinner and grassier. Okay, so what does that mean, right? So your vitamin profile, your nutrient profile is elevated, like, whoo, it's up there. And when you consume that now, so now when you think, gosh, I feel healthier, something's different with me. Something feels better when I drink olive oil because I do drink olive oil. That sounded funny, but when you use olive oil in your salad dressings and things like that, so that when you get a clear, you more filtered, maybe it's just filtered, distilled, or not pasteurized. My goodness, extra virgin versus, there's actually not too much difference there. The virgin and extra virgin. And then when you have that, you go like, why am I not getting anything? Well, perhaps you want to check out the source of that olive oil. If you're not getting that feeling intuitively, you're just tune into your body and say, yes, this is feeding my body's healthy. I had an apple cider vinegar the other day. Oh no, I was looking at it in a store, and I thought, where's the cloudiness? It's called the mother. Where is this little stringies? Why doesn't have that in there? And some people who don't know at first, and they think, ooh, what's that? That one's gone bad. I don't want it. And then they want the clear. But you want that mother, you want the original bacteria that's fermenting, that's giving you all the good stuff in there that you want. So it's understanding, each food in its natural source. What does it look like? What does it taste like? Why do you like it? Why do you not like it? Right? Why are you like, oh, that didn't work out for me? When people first start eating fermented food, if you're eating a lot of sugar and a lot of carbs, you may not like it so much. You might go, oh my God, that is absolutely disgusting. And it's too much for me and I can't do it. And then as you feed the healthy bacteria, and the healthy ones start saying, ooh, I'm here, look at me, I'm taking over and helping you out. And as the bad bacteria start dying off, you're going to start really enjoying fermented food. You're actually going to be craving it and loving it. And just, it's so funny. It's amazing watching your body change. And like I said, blood cells, right? 120 days. Give anything you're doing, even if it's breathing exercises and you're changing the oxygen levels in your body, that, right? Give your body time to respond. Give your muscles a chance to, if you just started a weight bearing program, right? And you've incorporated weights versus cardio, give it a chance, give it some time and see how that works for you, because you don't want to feel betrayed too early, right? So I'm going to check in here again. And good morning to everybody who is here. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you do. It's 10:30 my time right now in the morning, and at 7:30 my time this evening, I'll be back. So it's nine hours. So if you're watching this, you're catching the replay, I'm going to try to, that's how my best I can do for time zones right now off the top of my head. So, and it really is, we're going to be, real beautiful spiritual conversation of just glowing and embracing and becoming, I want to say one with your food, which sounds so funny, but it kind of is, because we are, and where it comes from and how it gets to you and how you feel about it is so important. That's one thing I'll close off with this, guys. How you feel going in. Oh, I just posted this the other day too, and I love this. This was a quote that I read just a few days ago, and gosh, who was it that posted it? I don't remember at the moment, but I could check. And what it is that how you begin something is, check in with it. How you begin something is how it's going to continue. So if you begin something not liking it and digging your heels in and angry that you have to eat this way, or that you hate this and that's you've building that relationship with your food now on that. Is that how you want to continue? Is that how you want to continue? And if you've been eating food, and I'm just putting it out there because everybody could be there, I don't know. Say your diet sucks. It's the worst. You're eating processed foods. You're eating processed cheese and margarine and over processed flours and baked goods, toast, too much animal meat, unsourced, incorrectly sourced, this and that, pesticides and everything. If you started that way, right? If you started that way, you can see why you might have the result that you do, what you've continued to build, what you've continued to grow. But if you begin with something beautiful and nourishing and bright and healthy, that's how you're going to continue, and just give that time. So that was what I'm so happy to share that with you guys right now here. And oh, okay, good, Denise, thank you so much. You're 4:30 in the afternoon. All right. Oh, you're going to be sleeping, I think, but you can catch the replay. So be sure to tune in, and then you can catch the replay. It's Kevin and Stephen, who I'm going to be interviewing tonight. And I know it's Stephen Altair, and I'm going to destroy Kevin's name. It's SCHOEU. So I'm going to write everything out and be able to say it properly tonight when we do. So please tune in and watch that. But I do want to leave you with that. So just, I'm not sure when I would be continuing to show, but whenever you can join me, absolutely. If you want to stay in touch with me, just go to my Facebook page, Lisa Berry, Berry. It's right here on Zoom. Ask any questions, or just let me know how you're doing and saying, you know what? Thank you for convincing me to be a little bit more patient before I feel betrayed by my diet, by my food, by my lifestyle choices, by a workout program. So many of us just want to 2 weeks can be so hard to do something for so long. And you think, but hang in there. Oh, even to that, growing hair, if you're trying to make a change in your body physically and you're frustrated or you're stuck, just come back to it, align with it, be kind to it, have compassion, be curious, and ask these questions like, what's going on here? Listen to your body and ask somebody, myself, friends who might be able to guide you to a place where you don't feel so betrayed, you don't feel so alone, and you don't feel like you've invested so much and have lost. You have never lost anything. It's always an experience. It's always a beautiful thing to try it out, to be introduced to something. And not all relationships work, right? So maybe that food relationship it served you and it no longer serves you, or it's not a good match for you, and that's okay. That's okay. So thank you guys so much. I'm so happy to be here. I hope to hear from each and every one of you. And thank you so much for joining Lisa Berry, Dating Your Diet. Bye, everyone. Oh, thank you, Robert.